name is Maxine Wright and I live in Ballymena in Northern Ireland. I believe my dad died as a result of vaccine injury. He was a perfectly fit and healthy man with no major health issues until he took every vaccine offered, and within months he was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal cancer. We buried him on the 8th of December 2023. I'm speaking out about this because I want to warn people of the dangers of vaccines, and please, please, please do not take any more injections. God bless.
I went into the pandemic as a registered nurse, was then asked to have my vaccine, and if we were not vaccinated we would lose our jobs. I had my second vaccination on Easter Sunday in 2021. My flu-like symptoms persisted until the Wednesday. I had palpitations and I felt really dizzy. I immediately lay down because I felt like I was about to faint. My GP assessed me face to face when heart rate was 160 to 200 beats per minute. I wasn't able to stand. I had surgery to try and carry out an ablation on my heart, which was unsuccessful. When I went to see the consultant in England, he started me on IV infusions. During that process, I was off work for in excess of 13 months. Their decision at that point was that I should go down the route of medical retirement. I'm 27. I still have a purpose. I now have a central line that's placed in my arm. I carry out my infusions at home several times a week. I was contacted by telephone by a GP out of hours. One sentence that he said to me was that I needed to take some responsibility for my own healthcare. I've actually moved countries so I can work in clinical practice. The only reason that I can do my job is because 99% of it is sitting down. I just don't really know where we go from here. I'm just lost.
Hi, my name is Kim Shanks. I got COVID booster in May 2022. I was going to Barcelona and this was the reason for getting the booster, as Spain would not allow you in without it. On my return home, I started having breathing problems. I felt as though I was suffocating. My oxygen levels were at 70. I went backwards and forwards to my GP. I also had been at A&E twice and sent home. I got no satisfaction from any of them. I couldn't stick it no more. Went to private clinic to be told my lungs were completely congested. She sent me to hospital. The next day I had a scan done and discovered I had lung cancer. I was completely in shock as I was never sick. This has changed my life completely from someone who was very active, who depends on oxygen and a walking aid. I just hope that you hear this, and I do believe it was the vaccines that done it. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Lynn and I'm from Newton Ards, Northern Ireland. I'm a nurse and I work in Ards Community Hospital and GP practice. I became unwell after the third vaccine, which I was reluctant to take because I'd been unwell with the first two, but I felt pressurised into doing so because of my job. Within hours, I noticed I was going in and out of atrial fibrillation, and I continue to do so. I'm on medication for life and it has certainly changed the way I live. I am one of the lucky ones in comparison, but I feel we were misinformed and the powers that be need to know and hear our voices. Thank you.
I got my second vaccination on the 22nd of August 21. During the week after that I experienced sudden pain and palpitations in my chest. I felt lightheaded and I had a pain in my neck that went up across my head and numbness in my face. I suspected I may have had a mini stroke, but nothing showed on the scan, so I just followed up with my GP. And on the 7th of September 21, I finished my shift and went home and just about got in through the front door and passed out. I phoned for an ambulance and I could barely speak a word. The people on the other end of the phone said I thought I'd had a heart attack. I was in A&E, I believe, 6 times over a 3-month period. Similar symptoms. They still persist to this day. It's horrible to go through and people aren't listening. As we all know, we were hammered with the phrases safe and effective, and if I try and tell anyone about what happened to me, I get that quoted back at me. Even the people in this very building put out the messaging that it was safe and effective. That is not my experience. led up the garden path by the medical professionals. It's hard to get speaking to anybody about it now. No one seems to take it seriously, and it's not right.
Hi, my name is Billy, and in 2020 I received 2 COVID jabs and the booster from AstraZeneca. I was a performer in Benidorm. I needed them to be able to travel 4 to 5 times a year. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do that anymore. I went for a CT scan in the Royal Victoria Hospital in Belfast, where I was told that I had cardiovascular disease in both my legs. I thought I was for keyhole surgery, and in actual fact I had a double bypass in my left leg and 2 stents. I cannot do anything physical in the house. I cannot cook for myself because I can't stand long enough. I have my daughter, who has been an angel to me because my wife died on Christmas Day 2017, and I have struggled ever since. I know for a fact now it was the AstraZeneca COVID jabs that caused this to me, because I was fit and healthy before this. My life has been destroyed by AstraZeneca, and I hope you people can support all of us who have suffered bereavement and serious injuries through all this, and that compensation is well on its way. Thank you.
It's like living in a wake in our house. So constantly feel sick and sore, and I have to wear these glasses, and everything's just broken. My wife and I were sitting in this little room in Westminster with about 7 or 8 consultants telling me that the vaccine had destroyed the nerve on the right side of my face, and I was highly unlikely that I would ever recover from it. I'm in so much pain, my life is barely worth living. I'm not me anymore. In the 3 years roughly that I've had this, it's destroyed me. Like, it's getting worse. Someone just recognise what's happened here and come and help me.
In London, we were met by a multidisciplinary team of neurologists, neurosurgeons, doctors and senior nursing staff. Following an account of Larry's journey, the senior neurosurgeon simply confirmed that Larry's unique and refractory illness was, in their collective opinion, and I quote, as a direct result of the Pfizer vaccine. We both broke down as we couldn't believe this was real. So we asked him, was he sure about this? And he simply said, 100%.
The nurse gave her a brown envelope with a form inside for her to take home over the weekend to decide whether she wanted to take the vaccine or not. Mummy had said to us that she didn't want it. The nurse had said to Mummy if she didn't take the vaccine, it may affect her from getting her treatment. She didn't want to not be able to get the dialysis, so she took the vaccine there and then. My dad called me and said he thinks that Mummy was taking a stroke. Mum headed off to the hospital in the ambulance. Before that, the paramedics, I had said that she had got her vaccine on the Monday, and he said straight away that it wouldn't be nothing to do with the vaccine. Mummy just lay in bed, fading away. She then ended up back in hospital again. This all happened within 4 weeks of her taking the vaccine. They had to take her down for the camera test to see why her stomach was bleeding so bad. She was bleeding from everywhere. It was like razor blades pumped into her body. I phoned in at 8:30 and asked how Mummy was doing, and they said they needed me up the stairs right away as Mummy was taking her last breaths.